All right, so everybody knows Fern. Now we're going to bring the rest of our Thailand panel up here. The panel is going to be led today by your moderator, Bharat BV, the founder of Fiscal Beat. And I know that he's been looking at investment opportunities in that part of the world. So Bharat, please run on up and we'll get you all ready to go. Fantastic. We'd like to also welcome Stefano Cascio, who is the Vice President Business Development of Storage Asia. iStorage, one of Fern's colleagues, is going to be coming up. We'd like to welcome Vasin Supajev, the man for JWD Store-It. And so he's going to be, he's a man who's always got some great opinions, as I know from doing our Thailand country calls. Always happy to share. We'd also like to welcome the General Manager for the Leo Self Storage, which is part of the Leo Logistics Group. Ms. Nitawong is known as Puk by those who are fond of her and get to be friends. So Puk, please take the stage. And Bharat, away you go.
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it is a pleasure to be here. First of all, I think unlike other panels where they have plenty of experience, I think ours is a young panel, I should say. But of course, it's a growing market, so in that sense, I think you will see the young people here. Maybe just I will, maybe you can, the panel can introduce first before we get into the action. Stefano?
I'm Stefano from Storage Asia. We've been in operations for about 5 years, have four facilities, and we're looking to grow quite rapidly in the next 4 or 5 years. And I mean, I think it speaks to the growth of the self-storage industry inside the country. And I think our other panels here would agree with me that Thailand is quite hot right now.
Yep. Vasin?
Hello, my name is Vasin. I'm from JWD Store-It, and I've started the self-storage business for JWD Group in 2014. We have 7 facilities and growing because of the, as you saw from the presentation, everybody's featuring with someone. All right, thank you.
Book.
Hi, my name is Pochanan. You can call me Book from Leo Self Storage. My company is Leo Global Logistics. Is mainly in logistics company, and we started self-storage business in 2017. So it's about 6 years. Actually started from our passion in this business, and yeah, I think Thailand is become more and more interesting market. As you can see from 6 years ago in 1917, I think there are about 5 new operators started at the same year, in the same year, yes.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I think I'll start off with Vasin. So Vasin, I think you worked in as one of the self-storage operator, leading operator. So, I mean, I just want to know what is the outlook you're seeing in terms of self-storage industry now?
Okay, thank you, Khun Bharat. For Thailand, I think the self-storage service is becoming a necessity. It used to be a luxury, and I think with the adoption of this service from the younger generation, it's going to become bigger and bigger. The fact that Central Patana, which is a shopping mall operator and developer, has invested into JWD Store-It proves that there is a belief that self-storage is becoming part of the lifestyle of the consumer. So I think this has proven that there is, for everyone, room to grow. And you can also see the fact that investors and operators from various industries, logistics, property, retail, hospitality, everybody's jumping into the market. So that's why I think it's very promising. It's growing. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Maybe I'll move on to the book. I think there are many people here who assuming that they are going to enter Thailand. So what is that they have to look for? Is it Bangkok only or some other cities? Or what type of customers they have to focus on? So what is your view?
I think at the moment, you can see from urbanization, mainly in Bangkok especially, and also expand to other major cities in Thailand. For Bangkok should be the most interested market in terms of population per population density in Bangkok. And you said expat or local,
Yeah,
right?
that's correct.
I think depends on location. If the location is like the tourist attraction, there are many expats and foreigners. But if in Bangkok is various, depends on location as well. Depends on district. Yep. Like for our branch, in the first branch, normally we have local customers.
Okay.
But for the new branch in Chinatown, we have a lot of traveler coming after COVID.
Okay.
I just want to add a little bit to that. So, in Thailand, our cities aren't. So Bangkok is a very dense and urban city. I think we have about 15-60% of the population lives there, and then we have other cities like Phuket, Pattaya, which are more are developed, but are more expat focused and holiday focused. So I think as other self-storage operators from the different countries, it's very localized. So you could have a part of Bangkok be very specific to the local market. And as Pok mentioned, that around Chinatown is very much for foreigners. So I think the same goes for Pattaya. If you open a self-storage facility in Pattaya, you would be looking more for expats and foreigners. Yeah. The same would go with Phuket. It would be, I think you would have a 60-70% ratio of foreigners to Thais.
Okay, Stefano, I think this leads to my next question. So as you know, everybody will look at the penetration in the self-storage. So I know in Bangkok, what is your view on what is the penetration today in terms of self-storage? Yeah.
Right. So I think in Bangkok alone, it's still quite, even though it's the most developed market yet, I'd say 2-3%. So it's really still in the very early stages of the growth. And if you look maybe countrywide, we're talking less than 1%. And I think together what we're all really marketing really heavily and trying to grow the awareness of self-storage and trying to educate the population about what is self-storage and why it is important, or how it fits inside their lifestyle.
Okay. Wasin, I think this question is to you. The Thailand has its own unique requirement on property investment. Yeah. So, I mean, assuming that if investor want to get into Bangkok, what are first of all, can they invest in buying the property? Or they just need to confine to operating company, to invest in operating company. So what are the rules and regulations?
Well, as a company, the majority has to be Thai. As an individual, I think we just passed a law, I believe, that an individual can buy or own property. I can't remember the amount, but I think it was like $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million.
$1 million, yes. So for investors, if you're gonna acquire either a propco or opco, depending on the business structure, some can be both. Some can be either prop or op, and there's a gain, on the property price that can be achieved. But as I said, as long as the majority of the ownership is Thai, you can invest.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a very particular rules and regulations that sort of protect the Thai people. I mean, I hope they make some changes to the regulations and opens the market a little bit more to foreigners, but for the time being, yeah, it's must be majority, must be Thai.
Okay, I think that's a good point to note. That is one of the requirements in Thailand. That's the reason sometimes it's difficult for the foreign investor to take the majority. I think that that's one of the protection they have in Thailand. Okay, maybe Puk, I think if assuming that if the new investor is coming to Thailand, I mean, is there anything they need to do, they want to do differently in terms of investing in Thailand? What's your view on that?
I think the investor just follow the APEC theme: open, connect, and balance.
Yeah.
Open yourself for the new opportunity, for the new market, to learn the new market, learn about the local, the market, the local people, local market. What's going on? What's the potential? What's the opportunity over there? And connect means when you gather all information and study about the market, you see who can help you to expand the market or invest the market. Who should you connect to get something like about the regulations or investment or information about tax, things like that.
Okay.
And balance, like when you have all information and you think this is the potential market, look at your investment portfolio, balance it, balance your partner as well. I think if you invest in different countries, you should have the right partner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, based on my experiences, after the banking industry, the most regulated one is the real estate. So in a sense, definitely every country has its own rules and regulations. So what Puk is mentioning, I think finding a right partner in Thailand is the most important thing in order to grow further. Okay,
Sorry. One more thing is very important. Look at the market demand, and just beware not to over demand over there.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. So maybe Stefano, I want to ask you. Right now, of course, there are few leading players in Bangkok, at least. So how competitive is the industry right now? I mean, all of you are competing for the price or competing for that service related aspect? Where are you in terms of competitiveness right now?
Okay, how do we say it? Okay, so I don't think there is too much competition between us. We're sort of far enough and the industry is young enough that there is enough customers to go around. I actually think the hardest thing is not competing between us, it's competing against the customers. It's how to educate the customers. How do we penetrate far enough into the market where people know what self-storage is? I think this is what we're all working towards, of how do we bring the self-storage industry forward, and how do we get more customers to start using self-storage as part of their life. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think maybe Wasin, I'll go back to you on the growth factor. Means, what do you think where Bangkok or Thailand self-storage will be in 5 to 10 years from now? The reason I'm asking is every country has its own growth path. So sometimes those matured one will grow more moderately, but since Bangkok is actually starting with a low base,
Yeah.
does it mean that it is going to grow? What is your take on that?
Well, I can only speak for my targets, basically. As we stand right now with 7 facilities, we have about 10,000 square meter of net lettable area. And our goal is to go and reach 100,000 square meters across Thailand. And I think the growth that's going to happen in the market is that it will be focused on the CBD first. These guys know very well their territories. And it will gradually grow to basically going from downtown, midtown, to the suburbs, to the upcountry. But in terms of upcountry, it will be most likely focused on the tourist resorts, Pattaya, Phuket, Samui first. While in Bangkok, it will go basically from city center outwards. Yep. As the iStore presentation says, Bangkok has an expanded railway network. So you see satellite cities popping up, and I think that's where the growth will follow. I think that answers your question. So I can see in 5 years' time, everybody's gonna expand, and then self-storage, I think, will become or will follow the footsteps of Singapore and Hong Kong, where it will be more of a neighborhood service rather than like a huge warehouse.
Yeah, just to add to that too, I think just like in Singapore and in Hong Kong, we noticed that our customers, don't want to travel too far towards self-storage facilities, and a lot of it is based on location, so whatever is closest to them. So I think as Wasin said, that as the industry grows, we move further and further out and get closer and closer to people who live outside the city.
Okay.
Yeah, I also agree. And location is like the key, one of the key success.
Okay. Yeah, but Phuk, since you answered that question to a certain extent, but maybe I want to ask you differently now. So since recession is coming, to a certain extent, every country is affected in a different scale. So what do you think, how this, to a certain extent, self-storage in Bangkok will be affected? And do you think that there will be an impact on the demand side of it as well?
Well, I think customer always focus on price and also quality. And for the recession, I think it's similar to during the COVID-19, during the past 3 years. During that time, we have some customers that are affected from the economic. So we have the plan for them to help them, like extend the list, the payment list, and also the special discount. And for the coming recession, I think we have to still keep our improvement on service, quality, and also focus on customer. So we do the customer empathy, and also some CRM program for our customer. To keep retention rate.
Maybe I'll ask the last question before we open up for some of the audience questions as well. So maybe Stefano, I think everybody talks about revenue, NOI, growth and all. So what are the key drivers you think is relevant in order to improve your own facility drivers?
So right now, our facilities are 85-90% occupancy, and we've recently started to do revenue management. So trying to figure out how do we, with the facilities that we have, how do we extract more from it? So the first thing is the promotion goes. Okay, I mean, maybe not all of it because you still need to retain, you need still to attract new customers, but maybe let's say that customers that want to renew their units, their leases, we try and remove promotions and what discounts. I think another thing that you can look at is value-added services. So in the JLL presentation, we saw that giving deliveries and moving services as part of the self-storage package has really helped be able to extract more value from each customer. And I think that also goes for air-conditioned units. You can have the same facility, okay, you do retrofit the units a little bit, add some air conditioning, charge more money, and again, to be able to extract more revenue from the customers.
Okay. Okay, I think we have a less time here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
I think we are going to need to get on with the Japan panel because one of our panelists has to catch a flight. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we thank our Thailand panel led by Bharat? Thank you. Great job, you guys. I think that's the